Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Joe Handy, the Android Authority app guy, and welcome back to Android Apps Weekly. This is episode number 182, so let's get started. Capcom is apparently working on bringing 4 more classic games to mobile. One of them is 1942, a classic top-down shooter that many people enjoyed back in the day. So far, Capcom has botched 6 Mega Man releases this year, so we're hoping that this attempt goes a little bit better. We don't have a time frame for a release date just yet, we just know that they're working on it. Twitch received a new update this week, and in that update is a new thing called Pulse. Pulse is a lot like Facebook's timeline except for video streamers. It'll make it easier for affluent members of the community to share clips, highlights, and even stuff like schedules. Followers can see these things and interact more frequently. It adds a bit of nuance to Twitch's otherwise cut and dry experience, and it should be rolling out right now. Google Play announced their first original podcast this week, and it's called City Soundtracks. It's essentially a podcast version of VH1's Behind the Artist, and each episode will focus on one artist along with their hometown. Most are calling it an attempt for Google Play to promote its own service from within, however, it does sound genuinely interesting. It launched on March 8th with 3 episodes, and it's on Google Play right now if you want to try it out. Fireproof Games announced that a new Room game is coming. It'll be called The Room Old Sins, and like its predecessors, it'll be a mix of an escape game and a puzzle game. There isn't a lot of information available just yet, however we do know that it'll take place in a house and will feature a very creepy dollhouse. There isn't a definitive release date just yet, we just know that they're working on it right now. Word around the digital grapevine is that Spotify is preparing a lossless hi-fi option. Some users have reported seeing a prompt to upgrade to the new service, and the prices have ranged anywhere from $5 to $10 for some. The likely explanation is that they're testing to see which prices that people like. This will put them in direct competition with Tidal as the only 2 companies that do lossless streaming. Also, Spotify announced that they've hit 50 million paid subscribers. Congratulations to Spotify. Splitter Critters is a unique puzzle game. You play as a few cute little critters, and your job is to get them to the end of any given level. You do so by chopping up the level in such a way that they can proceed. That can involve chopping up the landscape so they can walk, or even hacking up the place so that various obstacles can be overcome. It's cute and surprisingly creative. You can pick it up for $2.99 with no in-app purchases or advertising. Cornerfly is an Android customization app, and its sole purpose in life is to make the corners of your screen rounded. You know, like you'd see on the LG G6 or the Galaxy S8. You can also configure the application for any individual application if you want to. The best part is that it doesn't require root to use. You can use it for free if you want to, however, going pro will allow you to customize the corners and it'll remove the advertising. It's a little thing, but sometimes the little things can be fun. It's free to download if you want to check it out. Unworded is a narrative puzzle game. In this one, you'll be tasked with little puzzles where you build objects out of letters. You'll do stuff like use a J to make the handle for an umbrella, or use an H to make smokestacks on a boat. Along with the puzzles is a little narrative story that gets told to you as you complete levels. It's an entertaining game, although we would have liked to see a bit more complexity in some of the puzzles. It's $3.99, but there are no in-app purchases to get in your way. BritBox is a new video streaming service. It's for US residents only, and that's kind of unfortunate. However, those with access can't pick up a ton of TV shows, movies, and programs created in the UK. As a service, it seemed to work fairly well. We watched several shows without any buffering or noticeable lag problems. The UI isn't much to look at, but it's pretty easy to move around. About the only real downside is the lack of super hit shows like Top Gear, Doctor Who, Weakest Link, and some others. It's $6.99 per month if you're interested. Shadow Matic is a new puzzle game that focuses on shadows. It works by placing a random object in front of a bright light, and your job is to twist and turn the object around until the shadow behind it turns into a picture. The game includes over 100 levels, achievements, an arcade mode, hints, and a lot more. You can get the first 14 levels for free, and then you'll be asked to pay $2.99 for the rest of the game through an in-app purchase. It's fun, it's kid-friendly, and the graphics in this one aren't half bad. For even more Android apps and games news, updates, announcements, and releases, check out this week's newsletter, which is linked in the video description below. There you can find a whole bunch of stuff that we didn't have the space for here, like a big Pokemon Go update coming soon, Google Maps promoting the new King Kong movie, and Nintendo's Joy-Con controllers actually working on Android. You can subscribe to the newsletter using the written companion, which is in the video description below, where you'll find a form. We'll send it to you every single Sunday if you sign up, and also don't forget to check out the Android Authority app for even faster apps and games news. And that about does it for this one, folks. Don't forget to subscribe to Android Authority and ring the bell so you can get notified when we release our next video. Don't forget to check out that newsletter and be sure to pop back next week for the 183rd episode of Android Apps Weekly. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a wonderful day.